Okay. I do want to note before we move on, you only need a list of tables if you have 5 or more tables. Same thing for figures. We only need a list of figures if we have 5 or more figures. And note too, we need that word page in right justification on line 2. List of figures works in exactly the same way, except that you're just going to select figure as the style instead of table. So I won't go through that whole process again. It is in every other way, just identical to what I just showed you for the list of tables. So if you need to, go back and watch that video. Should be the one just prior to this. And you'll note here I've got some instructions typed out manually in this table for you that also explains this. And if we update field, that'll go away. List of abbreviations. This is entirely at your discretion. There's no like minimum number of abbreviations or anything. It's just, you know, your judgment as to whether you think that the audience needs to have these spelled out for them here, or if you have, you know, them laid out in text, whatever. It's up to you and your judgment. We don't have any guidelines as to when to include or not include this. So most of the time, probably a student, I would say, will pick all the text, hit delete, and that moves things up. But if you need it, just leave it in there. It'll be there for you. Most of the time, this section here, the introduction that begins on a Roman numeral page, will also be deleted. Typically, I see dissertations and theses where chapter 1 is the introduction. There either is nothing with the title of introduction, or if something does have the label introduction, that is chapter 1. In that case, if you then will not need to have this introduction section, chapter 1 will be introduction, and we will move to our Arabic numeral pages. If, however, you do have an introduction, preamble, preface, something of that nature that precedes the chapter that is numbered chapter 1, then you will have that here, just where I put it in the front matter template, and we see that we have a page break, but we do not have a section break until after the text of that introduction. That keeps the page numbering in those lowercase Roman numerals that we have down here for the front matter. We want that introduction, which precedes chapter 1, to have those lowercase Roman numeral numbers. So we'll mind our section breaks there, and it should address any issues with that.